Fellas, AC here, welcome to another video. This time I'm going to talk about clones or inspirations, whatever way you want to call it. These are mostly inspirations and they're such that not a lot of discussion happens about these options. But I have reviewed 8 out of 10 of this list. So if you're interested, you can check out the detailed reviews. So let's start. I want to start with the fragrance, which is a Creed impersonation at rock bottom prices. Okay, this one is called Silver Shade by Ajmal. This is basically an impersonation or inspiration, I should say, of Creed's Silver Mountain Water. And I've reviewed Alexandria by Rasasi, which is amazing, but this one is a more muskier and slightly spicier take on that DNA. And what is that DNA? It's all about bergamot, musk, tea and rose. Not rose, but rose plays a very marginal role. It's dominated by bergamot and musk with tea. This is a very nice spicy, there's a slight spiciness to it, almost as if they've used black pepper and musk. Excellent if you live in a hot country, because it has that creamy musk in it, and also brilliant if you like the smell of Silver Mountain Water but don't want to wear it in winter because of musk and the black peppery sort of spiciness. This fragrance can be worn easily in winter, and it's even cheaper than the Rasasi. It's brilliant. Try it out. I've done a full review. This is a very nice office fragrance or any occasion. It's really classy as well. It smells really refined, sophisticated, elegant. So next on my list is a fragrance that actually is a very happy fragrance. It's a Lacoste. The actual inspiration is a long name. It is, I can't read it now. I'll have to go back. Estiara. It's an Estiara, and it is Black Pack Outdoor Sport. Long name, EDT. And this is basically a copy of Lacoste Blanc. And Lacoste Blanc is basically a tuberose. Well, I'm getting it here. It's very strong. Neroli tuberose, white florals with citrus and creaminess to it. It's a really good fragrance. I love Lacoste Blanc, and when I found this one, I was chuffed, over the moon, because this has got tremendous projection and performance. Done a full review, you can check it out. And if you're a big fan of Lacoste Blanc but didn't like the longevity of Lacoste Blanc, I would really highly recommend this. Estiara Black Backpack Outdoor Sport. So try it out. Brilliant for office wear, just casual t-shirt, jeans. It's a very pleasant fragrance. So guaranteed sort of compliments. People really like smelling something like this. It's very cheerful, jovial. It's really nice. Try it out. And doesn't cost a lot of money. Estiaras don't. The next on my list is a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540. Now this one is actually not less talked about because my video got more than 11,000 views. So I think this is now common knowledge, but I thought I'll include it just in case. So this is again Abiyedh Rouge, and this is by, I believe, Lataffa. I'm going to put the names down, but I'll delay the name thingy because what's happening, I've realized off late, some people, not all, some people just go to the descriptions, they read the name of the fragrances, and they just comment and they bugger off. And what it does to me is really pisses me off. Why? Because what's the point of doing a video when the objective of a certain person is to just come and read the names and just act smart and put a lame comment and off they go. So I'm trying to discourage that practice by delaying putting the names in the description by at least 1 or 2 days, so that at least people watch it. Serious people watch it. Otherwise, what's the point in doing videos when people are just going to comment without actually watching the video? And how do I know this? Because YouTube gives you a lot of Google Analytics. So it's very easy to see how a certain video is doing in certain regions and other metrics as well. So it's very smart analytics. So I can really sit here and look at the performance of a video and make a lot of conclusions. So this is one of the conclusions I've drawn, and hence I'm taking action, because I don't want my work to be taken for granted. Neither would you. If you create something, you want people to appreciate it because it's for them, right? It's for you. I want you to appreciate that work rather than just, comment and off. Well, you can tell it upset me a bit. It upsets me because it's hard work. Doing these lists, I'm not like tons of other reviewers who do lists every day. This is hard work. You have to think about it. And I really dislike it when people just take it for granted. Anyways, back to this. Now, how does this smell? It smells very similar to Baccarat Rouge 540, which is termed by many people as sort of a glass or texture of glass and cotton candy like sweetness with tons of performance. It gets lots of compliments because it's very high on the shock factor range. It really shocks people when they smell it. And some people will go as far as to congratulate you or compliment you on your choice. It's very, very unique. There are not many in the market that smell like BR540, but this one is very unique and very similar to BR540. Also, in terms of performance, it's not far behind BR540, and that's why I enjoyed it. I did a full review. I really like it, but this is not my kind of fragrance. This is not what I would wear. So I started decanting it, and as you can see, almost all of it is gone. But I've left some for me, just when I crave it. But this is a very, very good clone of BR540. This is a very good option if you're looking for compliments, if you want people to appreciate what you're wearing, that sort of thing. It really is evocative. A fragrance which evokes sort of reactions. Very, very nice fragrance. Try it out. If you're a young chap, you'd need this in your collection. And it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's what, £12? Something like that. Really, really cheap. Next on my list is a fragrance I really like. I really like the way it's been done. It doesn't smell like a cheapie. It's been done beautifully. And it is hard to get hold of in abroad, foreign countries, but in the UK, this house, Pocket Sense, I know, the owner of this house is a good friend of mine, and I've done a full review. You can check out the full review. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It's a barbershop fragrance. It's based around Bois de Portugal by Creed. And what he's done here, Matt's vision has been to give you something more. And what he's able to do is, it's just a fantastic barbershop fragrance, but which has a very savory, leather-like texture in the dry down, which I really enjoy. It's also not as sharp and angular as Bois de Portugal. The lavender he's used here is more of a rounded texture. It's more smooth. It flows beautifully. Bois de Portugal is amazing, but Lisboa is an amazing fragrance. I really enjoy it. And I'm saying this, from the bottom of my heart. I'm not saying this because he sent me a free bottle. It's genuinely, I really like it. And I hope if you are able to ever get this, you get the same kind of enjoyment that I get out of this. So Lisboa by Pocket Sense. Fantastic fragrance. Next on my list is a Perfume Parlour clone, which I recently reviewed. It is called Golden Agar 0636. This is a clone of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. I really enjoyed Oud Wood, but Oud Wood doesn't give me the performance. This gives me the scent and the performance. I'm seriously impressed, and I've got at least 40 or 45 Perfume Parlour fragrances. Some small oil ones, some spray, but I've got a huge tranche of fragrances by this company. And this is one of the better ones, one of the best impersonations or inspiration, whatever you want to call it, clone of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Really nice. The cardamom note here is superb. Yeah, and Tom Ford Oud Wood is so famous because it just gets you serious compliments. It's a real hit with women. If you really want to get into that game of getting superb compliments, try this out, and if you watch my review and if you go into the comment section, you'll see a lot of people actually went and bought this and they came back with their feedback. They really appreciated this fragrance. It's really, really good fragrance. Doesn't cost a lot of money, £9 for 30 ml, and you're getting something that smells amazing. Really good. Try it out. And I hope this one gets a lot of limelight because it's really worth it. Next on my list is a clone of Santal 33 by Le Labo. Now, I'm a massive sandalwood lover. I absolutely adore it. But Santal 33 basically is a fragrance which I could never appreciate. I like it, but I don't understand that fragrance. It goes into the dry down of sandalwood straight away. So Mysore sandalwood, dry down, it goes straight into that dry down, and it's very boring. Okay, so I didn't, because sandalwood is never boring, but Santal 33 Le Labo has managed to turn sandalwood into a boring scent. This is a clone of that. Not a clone, but an inspiration of that. So Dunhill Century. Now this one I didn't mind. Why? Because what they've done is, apart from that dry down of sandalwood and very austere sap-like smell, you know, if you take a young tree and you chop it, you'll get this, you know, sort of waxy thingy, you know, coming out of the tree or the branches or whatever, and that has this waxy sap-like smell. It has that sap-like smell. Santal 33. They've tried to dim it out by using cypriol. And once you smell cypriol, because it's so widely used in many other products, you realize that cypriol is trying to actually give some character to this fragrance. So I really like it. I haven't done a full review yet. I really liked it. Plus, it doesn't cost as much money. And after having smelled Dunhill Icon, I have a huge amount of respect for Dunhill fragrances. This one is a really nice, you know, inspiration of a sort of an austere, sort of aloof kind of a sandalwood, very clean, green, very sort of aloof sort of a fragrance. Sandalwood is warm, it embraces you. This one is slightly aloof, it's very Scandinavian. I'm not saying Scandinavian people are aloof. All I'm saying is very airy and very sort of away sort of a fragrance. I'll do a full review anyways, but yeah, check that out. So this is a very good option for office, interview office, very neutral scent. Next on my list is a fantastic sort of inspiration, if you like, of a Rouge. Yeah, so Rouge's Enigma is one of those fragrances which is absolute masterpiece. You know, this one tries to do that. It's a hard job, but it does it very well. This is Alexandria Fragrances King Tut. Now this fragrance, you can see the usage. Now this one I didn't decant. I love it. I used it. I've had this bottle for about 3 years now. Absolutely fantastic. You know why I like this? Because it smells like a fizzy Coca-Cola. And I love Coca-Cola. I don't drink it anymore because I'm trying to avoid sugar. But this one smells like a fizzy Coca-Cola along with tobacco. And I think there's this warmth of benzoin, if I'm not wrong. So it doesn't do the full scent. There's also a very powdery nature to it. That's why I think it's benzoin. It doesn't do the full scent. So you wouldn't get the full experience of Enigma. Enigma is, you know, 900-pound fragrance. Yeah, and Rouge Dove, it's a masterpiece. You can't replicate Enigma. But what this fragrance tries to do is take the main, you know, points like cognac, the boozy cognac, the Coca-Cola smell, the tobacco smell, and it tries to give you that feel, that experience on a budget cost, and it smells very good. The tobacco note in this one is one of the best tobacco notes that I've smelled. I'm saying this seriously. It's a very, very good inspiration, I should say. Impersonation, copying. It is a copy. It tries to copy the heart of Enigma. Yeah. So that's King Tut. Next on my list is an inspiration, I should say, with a twist of Chanel's Coromandel. Yeah. So this one is a weird one because their fragrance names, you know, this is Shanghai Tang, and I think it's Oriental Pearl. So I've done a review. I think it was an exclusive, YouTube exclusive, and this one, fantastic. This has got a very fleshy, vanillic sort of patchouli, which is slightly spicier and more florals and tangier than Coromandel. Coromandel has vanilla and patchouli with white chocolate vibes. This is a masterpiece. Yeah, so this is more dense as well. And this one is more sharper, completely synthetic. This one doesn't smell very synthetic, and Chanel quality. I can't compare Chanel quality to this. But if you don't want to afford a 175-pound fragrance, you can you can spend 60 pounds and smell like a little bit like, you know, Coromandel. I really enjoy it. As you can see, the usage, I'm also trying to save this, right? But I enjoy this because this has got that, it's very, very strong as well. So you have to mind the sprays. It's got that really thin, airy feel, and yet it's very strong. The floral tartiness, if you like. It's very, what's the word? It's very savory, but yet not thick like Coromandel. Yeah. So you can watch the full review, but this is a very, very good take, and autumn is a perfect weather to wear this. The florals are more enhanced on this one. So if you really want to see how Coromandel smells, Oriental Pearl by Shanghai Tang. Excellent. Not a lot of talk about this one. And next on my list, this is second last, is like luxury in a bottle, right? You smell this fragrance and you think, wow, what is this fragrance all about? This fragrance is basically a fusion of two fragrances. Now this one is called Qasamat Morhaf by Rasasi. I've done a full review, and this fragrance basically sits in the middle, somewhere in the middle of two amazing fragrances. Number one is Zerjov, More Than Words, and the other one is Rouge d'Arabie by Armani Privé. Both are excruciatingly expensive fragrances, and Rasasi comes to the rescue once again, and it creates a fantastic rose fragrance, which is somewhere right in the middle of those two. Done a full review, you can check it out, but in a nutshell, this is a highly balsamic, jammy rose on a woody base. Yeah, don't go too many sprays because this is obnoxiously sweet. It becomes very sweet if you go multiple sprays. Go one spray and you enjoy the beauty of rose, woods, and tartiness. This is amazing. This fragrance is one of my absolute favorite fragrances. I enjoy it wearing, but I always wear one spray. This is like a luxurious rose bath. Some sort of a, why I said bath is because it just completely envelops you. Yeah, you're totally covered by it. Even one spray. All your senses. Outstanding. Qasamat Morhaf. Try it. Very, very nice fragrance. Now the last on my list is a fragrance I recently reviewed. And once I reviewed it, people went and bought it. And once they bought it, they came back and told me how fantastic this fragrance is. This fragrance is a new house, My Perfumes, and the name of the fragrance is Oud Al Layl. Now, Oud Al Layl is basically a take on Tom Ford's Arabian woods. Now, this fragrance, oh my God, this is amazing. This is a mossy, woody, rosy oud. Yeah, and all the notes I talked about, they are in enormous, ginormous quantities. This is very strong fragrance, but not for everybody. If you don't like oak moss, don't bother with this fragrance. This fragrance has got oodles and oodles of oak moss. I've done a full review, check it out. This fragrance has impressed me immensely, and it has impressed many people, and doesn't cost a lot of money. Fantastic fragrance, right? So these are the 10 sort of inspirations, if you like, of very well-known, very expensive fragrances that don't get too much talk. Not all of them, but most of them don't get too much talk. And I hope if you buy them, one of them, you'll really enjoy it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye-bye.